Hello students, welcome to Divine Public School e-learning platform. My name is Sarfraz Ahmad and today in this video we are going to discuss about the first chapter of class 8, which is networking concept. So let's start today's chapter. So now students, we are going to learn our first chapter, which is networking concept. So let's start. In this chapter we are going to learn all these things, which is what is computer networking, what is components of networking, advantage of networking, disadvantage of networking, networking component, types of networking, networking devices, networking protocol, network security, fact, and finally the assignment. Let's start. Now, first of all, what is networking? The first thing you have to understand that what is networking. As you know that we all are connecting with each other. We can connect with mobile phone, we can call with each others and connect with each others. Similarly, a computer is connected with each other. So when the computer is connected with each other, this is called network. A computer network is defined as the interconnection of two or more computers, and it is done to enable the computer to communication and share available resources. Like if you want to share your resource, like suppose you have a printer and you take some authority to someone else to take out the printout with their operating system or with their computer, so that computer is connected with that computer, so that they also can give the printout with the same with the other computer. Similarly, you can say that it is a communication. So communication is also a type of a computer networking, because you are sharing your information or data. You can share your resources, like as you can say that here you are printer is connected on the network, so everyone can give take everyone can take out printout. Okay, so we can say that these all are connected with the network. So now moving ahead, what is node? Okay, so node, sender, receiver, transmission, protocol, these are the components of a networking. So now we are going to discuss about the component of a networking. So the first component, which is a node. So what is node? Every computer which is whichever is in the network is called node. Suppose this is a computer, okay, and this is another computer, both are connected with each others, so both point are called node. Okay, now sender. Okay, suppose I am just I am drawing here computer here. Suppose this is a computer and this is another computer. Okay, and these are connected in the network. These are connected in the network. These are connected with the cables or a wireless network. Okay, so if it is sending something, okay, so this computer is sending to this computer, so this computer is called sender, and this computer is receiving, so this computer is called receiver. Okay, now transmission medium. Okay, so we can transmit the data or resource with the help of cable or without any cables. So if it is sending by the cables, it is called guided, and if it is sending without cables, it is called unguided. So we can create a physical path which can create a network, and it can be guided or unguided. Now protocol. Every network is connected with each other in a set of a protocol, set of a rule. That set of rule is called protocol. Now moving ahead, advantages of a computer networking. Okay, so everything having advantages and disadvantages. So networking having some advantages, like if you are connected with the network, so it will increase the speed. So the computer's speed will be increased because all the computers are working together, so the speed will be increased. And reduce cost. If suppose that you want to take out printout, if you want to take out some printout, so if there are so many computers, so lots of printer you required. But if all the computers are connected on network, if all computers are connected with the network and all the computers are having only one printer to connect, so all the computers don't require all the printout.
they all can take out print out from one printer. So it reduce our cost, and it is improve our security also. You can just apply some security, like you can apply some password, you can apply some restriction, you can apply some rights also, so that you can improve your security. Now centralized software management, if you have a several devices like modem, hub, routers, okay, so you can use your centralized, you can just put some restrictions on any computers. So you are using one computer which is a main computer, and on by the help of that main computer you are can control the other computers. The main computers that you are working, that is called server, and rest all the computers which are connected that computer, which is called client computer, client based computer. So it having some centralized software management by the help of computer networking. Now electronic mail, as you know, as you can know, that previous in earlier days, the message sending message was very hectic. It they are sending message by the help of the postal service, so it will take so much time. But nowadays with the help of internet we can send emails to others, and it can send in fraction of a second. Okay, now it is very flexible to access. Anyone can access the computers with the help of the modem, with the help of the some devices, and you can connect the internet on your computer also. It so we can say that it is a very flexible access. Okay, now having some disadvantages also. And if you are just making the network in our house, in our office, then it can make some cost. So it having some high cost of installation, so we can say that it is having some disadvantage also. Now other disadvantage is it require time for administration. You have to just manage the administration. You can have to manage our computer in our computer, so that you can work and control to other computer also. Now failure of server, if server get failure, then all the computers also not going to work. If main computer, because it is centralized management, so if one computers get wrong, if one computer get any error, so rest all computer also having some error, so it will not also going to work. Now cable fault, some cables also if there is guided and unguided. If there is unguided, then it is no need for any problem. But if it is guided, then all the cables are connected with each other. If any cables are break, then the network connectivity will also going to break, it will also suffer. So it is also having some disadvantages. So these are the disadvantages that I have told. Okay, now moving ahead, network media. Okay, network media, what is the network media? You know that in the network we can connect network. Two types of networks are there, that is guided and unguided. Okay, so if you are using a guided network, if you are making a network, so you need a network media. Network media, you also use that network card which is mounted on the motherboard. By the help of the network card, you can connect the network, you can make the network. Okay, so network media refers to the communication channel used to interconnect nodes on a computer network. Okay, for example, so with the for example that I'm giving to you, that what is network media. So network media includes some copper coaxial cables, copper twisted pair cables, and optical fibers cables, which is used for wired network. And also if you are using unguided network, so in place of all these things, you need radio waves, you need radio waves. Okay, so radio waves are used for wireless networking, and for guided media you will use coaxial cable, copper twisted pair cables, and optical fiber cables. As you can see here, these are the radio signals, and these are the guided media, which is used coaxial cables, copper twisted pair cables, and optical fiber cables. Okay, now moving ahead, that we're talking about guided media. In the guided media we are using a network card. Okay, network card we are using in the unguided mode also, but in unguided mode it is used, it is used radio waves, but it is used cables. Okay, so network card on the motherboard, it is having inbuilt, and this is also called ethernet card. And on the ethernet card there is a ethernet port. On the ethernet port there is connected RJ45 cable, and with the help of RJ45 cables, the cables has been come and it is connected to the another computer, so that it makes the network. Okay, So talking about the first type of cable, which is a coaxial cable. So coaxial cable is a transmission data. Mostly it is used on TV dish connection. These are the cables it is used. It is used because it is less expensive, and it having two types. The first type is called baseband coaxial cable, and second one is a broadband coaxial cable. So talking about the first baseband coaxial cables, it is used because it is transmission, but single signal came at a time. Okay, now broadband, as the name suggests, that it can use a multiple signal at a time. Both are the same, but it can use only single signal, and broadband use multiple signals at a time. Now twisted pair cables, it is also called a ethernet cable, and it is resembles which is like a telephone cables, and it has a 8 wire. It has 8 wire and requires less power consumption. It also having a two types, which is a crossover cables, which is called a crossover cable, and a straight through cable. So crossover cable, so it connected two computers without any network media. It does not any network media. And straight through cables, it both ends are identical, and it is used to connect computer to the router or a switch. It requires router or switch so that it can connect multiple computers with each other on the network. Okay, now optical fiber cables. Okay, this is also type of a cable, and it is very faster than all the cables, because it is having a glass tube. It is having a glass tube. You know that the glass is glass in the glass, the data is transmission with the help of in the speed of a light, and you know that speed of light is very fast. Okay, but it's having a disadvantage that it is very fragile. It is very loose. If someone will just press a little bit, it can break, and if it will break, then it will not going to work. Okay, so and it was also so much expensive. The cost is very much high. Okay, in comparison of all these cables. Okay, now moving ahead, unguided, which means it does not require any wires. It does not require any wire, like Bluetooth, infrared, Wi-Fi. Okay, so talking about Bluetooth. Okay, so it is a technology is having a low power radio waves to connect devices wirelessly. It cover transmission range about 240 meters. Okay, how much? 240 meters. It is very less, and it is very having Bluetooth having different versions, like 4.0, 5.0. Latest is 5.0 is going on. Okay, and when the versions will change, the speed will be also change. The speed performance will going too fast. Okay, now infrared, it does not use radio wave signals. Okay, which is in the form of infrared light. It having an infrared light. Okay, so in your TV's remote control, in which you can change your channel, it is also using an infrared light also. By the help of infrared, the infrared light goes straight line, and if it is good straight line, uh, then it will work. Okay, but if it was using this time also, but it having a very less range. It range only 5 meter. Okay, and it is used in TV remote control. Okay, now Wi-Fi is faster than these things. Wi-Fi full form is wireless fidelity. Okay, so it is fastest than these two which I have discussed. Nowadays it replaced the wired method of a network. Okay, we are using this type of network, but it is also having disadvantage. What is the disadvantage? That is, if there is noise interference, if there is a noise interference is there, or surround you, then the network will be interrupted. Okay, so that one is a disadvantage. So everything whatever we are talking about, everything having some advantage then disadvantage also there. Okay, so now talking about type of computer networking. Okay, so we can make a network if we are connecting a network in a small area. Okay, and we can connect a network in a big area also. So we can make a network. So on the basis of the place, we can distribute some network type. So computer network having some several types, like LAN, WAN, PAN. Okay, so talking about individually, we are going to talking about. So of all, we are going to talk about local area network, which is called LAN. So LAN connect group of computers together across short distance to share information and resources. It having, suppose if you having a room or a building, then you can connect your computer with the help of the cables, router, switches. These are the devices we can use to make the network. So these are the part are called, these are the network called local area network. Okay, now metropolitan area network. Okay, metropolitan area network used to entire geographical area, like your city. Your office is in, suppose, Bakshipur, some and your office, another office is in Golgar. Okay, you are connect your connect your computer, you want to connect your computer. Okay, so one person is connecting, one person is operating from one place, and another person is operating from the another place. Okay, so this type of network is called metropolitan area network. Okay, so ownership and maintenance is handled by either single persons or a company. Okay, so it is called a metropolitan area network. Now wide area network is very vast than metropolitan area network, because it connect together across longer physical distance. Like it allows the computer to remotely connected to each other. It is not connected with the wires, it is remotely connected with each other. Okay, in the large area connection, like suppose that if you have an account, if you have account in Gorakhpur. Okay, you can take out the money. You can just take out your money from the other places ATM machine. So how it is possible? Because your computer is connected with that computer with the help of the network. It is connected remotely. So wherever you go, across the country, you can take out your money. Why it happen? It is happen with the network, and this type of network is called wide area network. Now personal area network. Talking about personal area network, personal, which means you are using for your own purposes. So it, as the name suggests, that PAN, which is personal area network. So PAN is made up of a wireless modem. You can use your modem and connect your computer with that network. You can also connect your tablets, you can also connect your printer, you can also connect your phone. Okay, so revolving around one person only and one buildings only, this type of network is called personal area network, because it is used for your personal need. It is used for personal use and personal device, for a single device only. Okay, so this type of network is called area network, personal area network. Not talking about network devices, the devices which are used for making the network, these are called the network devices. Some devices like hub. Talking about hub, so hub connects multiple Ethernet coming from the different PCs. Every PC have, as we are knowing that we are using a twisted pair cables, and twisted pair cable having two types of cross through cable and straight through cable. So we are using straight through cables, and with the help of straight through cables, one cable, two nodes of the cables are identical. So one is coming on the RJ45 cables on the ethernet card, and the second one will be go in the router or hub. So hub we are putting in the port, and then we can connect more and more PCs. Okay, with each other. This type of work done by this device, this is called hub. Okay, now switch is similar like hub. It is also connect many of the PCs, but it can perform error checking. Okay, the main difference is that it performs to check error also before forwarding data. That makes it very different, very efficient, as it does not forward packet that have errors, and forward good packets selectively to correct port only. Okay, so is talking about which one is faster. Okay, so talking about hub and switch, which one is a faster? So we can say that switch is a faster and error free. Okay, if there is a collision, okay, suppose some data is coming here, some data is coming here, and these are crash with each other. So hub will not protect you, but switch will protect you. That is a major difference. That is why hub is very less costly. You can say that you can purchase hub in just a few, you can purchase in very less cost. But talking about switch is very costly. Okay, that is why it is costly, because it having some features in it. Okay, that is why it is having some very costly. And next one is a router. Okay, now the router is also said, router, okay, both you can say. So router normally connect LAN, and also we can connect WAN also together. It can connect LAN and WAN both together, and having dynamically updating routing tables based on which they make decision on routing the data packets. In the short, it controls the traffic of a packet in a network. And talking about router, what does it router do? So router just create a network. Router just create a network, and you can just manage where in which direction the packet will go, in which direction the packet will go. You can control the traffic of the packet. So talking about what is packet, okay, when the data is in network, when the data is in network, this is called packet. When the data is in network is called packet. Okay, so I hope you are getting what is the work of the router, what is the work of the hub, and what is the work of the switch. Now talking about modem, okay, the full form of modem is modulator and demodulator, and the work is very simple. That modulator, which means is converted to analog signal to digital, and demodulator is converted to digital signals to analog. So we can say that vice versa. So modulator and demodulators convert connect, it is used for connecting the network in our computer. And in short, we can say that we can make with the help of, we can make a personal area network with the help of, this modem. Okay, so it is used to connect the internet in our computer. Okay, now you are getting. Now if you are connected with your computer with the network, so it follows some rules. As you are coming to school, and you also follow the school rule. Similarly, if you are connected with your computers to another computers, it is, when it is a network, then it follows some rules. These are rules are called protocol. Okay, these are rules are called protocol. It follows some TCP, IP, HTTP, FTP, SMTP, IMAP, POP. Okay, so transfer control protocol, TCP, which means transfer control protocol, IP internet protocol, hypertext transfer protocol, file transfer protocol, simple mail transfer protocol, internet information mail application protocol, and post office protocol. Okay, so these are the protocols which are used for the networking. Not just these protocol, but also there are several protocols are also there. So now we are just know about network security also. So what is security? If you having some data, you are creating your data, and someone get steal your data, your hard work get steal by someone others, then you will feel happy or not? Suppose you have purchasing your laptop. Okay, someone coming here and get steal your laptop, you steal your things, you steal your something, then you feel happy or you feel bad? I think you will feel bad. So that's what happen if you having a data and someone get steal your data. So you will feel bad. So securing the data, protecting your data is much more important, okay, than you're creating your data. So protecting data and resources from any unauthorized access, this is called security. So network security having two types. By the help of two types of security, we can manage our security. First is the login security, and second one is the write security. What is login security? You are just opening your account, like you are having a social media account like Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, whatever the account you have there. So if you have made that account, then you are creating your user ID, your passwords. Okay, if you are not applying your password, you are just using your simple password like your name, your date of birth, you are using 1234. So these are not a strong password. So always, if you are using your login password, so always use your strong password, so that nobody can hack your account. Okay, so that's protect your data and resources also. So it will make your better security. You need to use strong password. Now write security, which means suppose all the data is in network. Okay, so you are the main, you are the having an administrator computer, and rest all connecting, so they are the client computer. Okay, so suppose the data is there, so anyone can see your data, anyone can see your data. Okay, what happen if someone is not like you and they can delete your data? So if someone get delete your data, then you can just be sad that your important data is there and someone get deleted. So what you happen, you can apply some right so that nobody can read it, only that can see you, only that can see you only. So if they can see only, so you can apply some right like read only access. If they want, if you want that they are trusted, they are trusted peoples, so they can do anything, so you can apply read write access. Okay, and suppose if you don't want to show some your data, so you can give the access no access. So if you give no access, then nobody can see your data. So these are the security, these are the features of a security you can provide if you're connected to a network. Okay, now moving ahead, facts. So facts, you also have to know that TCP/IP, which means transfer control protocol, which is internet protocol. Okay, it is developed in 1978 by the Robert Elliott Kahn and Vinton Grikov. These are the two persons who have they just developed in 1978. Okay, now STTP is also protocol. There's a two type of STTP: hypertext transfer protocol and hypertext transfer protocol security. Okay, the secure the when the this protocol provides security, this convert in HTTPS. So it is secure version of a HTTP. Okay, now you're getting. Now FTP, which means file transfer protocol, and file transfer protocol is designed by Abhay Bhushan in 1971. Okay, this is a fact. And if internet goes down for a day, suppose if internet goes down for a day, approximately 200 billion email and 3 billion Google search would have to wait. Okay, so do you have you think about if there is no internet in your life? Okay, so all will be vanished, because we cannot live this, or because this time the internet is like oxygen. Okay, now 30,000 websites are hacked every day. Okay, because they are not using their security, they are not using their strong password. So always I have to say that use strong password. They are not listening, that is why 30,000 websites are hacked every day. Now 269 billion emails are sent per day. 269 billion emails are sent. Okay, do you think that how many people are living in our country, in our world? Okay, so that's all in today's class, and there's an assignment for you all, guys. So you have to just learn what is computer networking, write any two advantages of a network, and also you can learn that two disadvantage of network also, what is coaxial cable, and what is protocol, explain three of protocol also. So you can explain three of protocol, and you also can write the protocol also, that I have just shown to you all. So that's it, that's all in today's class. Thank you, I hope you are getting all this thing. If there is any doubt, you can ask me in WhatsApp group. Thank you very much.
I hope you have learned all the topic. If there is any doubt in any particular topic, you can just contact me in my WhatsApp number and I will just clarify your doubt. Thank you.